Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with your viewers in real time. Creators must be 18 or older to go live. Viewers must be 18 or older to send and recharge gifts. Remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community double standards. We're notifying viewers that you're going live. They lie. They lie like Trump. They're not notifying anybody because we're atheists and they hate us. Hey, it's Ron. It's the Atheist Underground. I'm here with my guy, David.
What's up?
And, lots to talk about today. I want to know, why didn't Allah protect Iran from bunker buster bombs?
Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe they were unworthy.
Well,
or maybe he can't because he doesn't exist.
Well, there's that, which of course would be our take on it. But like historically, isn't that the bit, right? Like, in war, until recent times, people understood that if you won the war, God was on your side.
Yeah.
Right? And that was, and in fact, if you read Holy Quran, which I have right here, not sure why I called it holy, but I'm nothing if not a Quranimal. It's right there for you. And, Muhammad's whole bit was taken over the peninsula by force, by war. And each victory confirmed his suspicions that God was on his side, to the point where when he did have a setback, he had to write an essay that was like really different than the rest to explain how God's still on my side, but he had to chastise me a little bit. Like, he chastises people. What's up, people? Tom Riddle's with us. Tom Riddle, the human.
We got lots flooding into the YouTube chat too.
Oh God!
Marianne
Morning.
Batista.
What's up?
Oh, Mark.
Cutie Hippo is with us on YouTube. Thanks for joining. We are on YouTube. Trying to get people to subscribe. We're like just little by little inching towards 1,000. We could have gone live from the protests last week. I wasn't around last week because I went to North Carolina, so we were off last week, so we missed a week. But last Saturday
we were live on Saturday for a long time.
Yeah, well, we went live from the protests, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you saw that. We didn't do our regular Sunday gig, but yeah, involved in the hands-off protests, and now we got the great fabricator, the national prevaricator, said he was going to give him 2 weeks, right? And then in 2 days, maybe he meant day. Maybe he's not smart on days and weeks.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Days, weeks, who can tell?
What do you make of that? Where do you stand on that?
Where do I stand on?
Are you happy we bombed Iran? Or you think it's a big mistake? You think it's necessary? You think it was what?
I think we're just kind of Netanyahu called in a favor, and Trump couldn't turn him down. I thought we were supposed to not get involved in these sorts of things. Wasn't that Trump's promise?
Yeah, it's his whole thing.
He's going to end wars and not get us into new wars,
and he's divided.
Here we are.
He's divided the base because of it. Actually, the one thing that made him fucking get some kickback from MAGA is the lack of isolationist policy that goes along with a unilateral decision to make war on. Jabber Gulch is with us. That's the Millennium Falcon. It's a kite. It's like a box style kite kind of. Millennium Falcon on the ceiling. We do have Lord Vader in the background because, of course, every knee will bow will bend to Vader one day.
Everything with Trump is a double standard. Yeah, that is absolutely correct.
A double standard and a chance to enrich himself with negotiate that. What do you got for me? Is what is his negotiation?
Oh, was he promised a hotel casino in Iran when this is all over? Maybe.
Why did the left fund Iran? Does the left fund Iran?
Well, Iran-Contra back in Reagan's day, that was, I believe, the right.
Yeah, that was the right funding Iran.
Aside from that, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, of course, it's all about blaming. If we have a Trumpy on board, it's all about blaming the previous inept administration. They didn't do anything. Completely inept, completely incompetent. The day that Trump takes responsibility for anything will be the first time.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, if he didn't do it, it happened on somebody else's watch.
KCM, Israel is the one with the nukes. Are they?
Do they have nukes?
I don't know.
The thing is that Israel isn't calling for the destruction of every other country out there. And every other country is calling for the destruction of Israel. That's the fundamental difference here. I'm no Zionist. I don't think they ever should have started the fucking place at the beginning. It was clear to me that was just a way to prop up our industrial military complex by creating a customer for eternity. Right?
Yeah.
That's all it was. And okay. When are they going to give? Okay, yeah, okay. The Jewish people got persecuted to the point of near extinction, and we set up a holy land for them. We set up the promised land for them. When have we ever done that for the Hutus or the Tutsis or the Kurds or any other culture around the world that's been the subject of an actual genocide or an attempted genocide? When have we set up a country for them? No. This was England and America going, you know what? If we let these dudes have this, they'll always have to buy our bombs and our weapons. Yay. Yay for us.
Yay. Go us.
Hillary gave Iran uranium.
How did Hillary do that?
This dude's proud for Trump. You must be really, God, you must be really proud. You must be really, literally everything that comes out of the guy's mouth is a lie.
He's really proud of and giving him a little.
He's so proud. Ooh, he's so proud. I love a guy who can't admit he lost when he lost. Can't ever take a responsibility for anything. Can't stick to one fucking thing. He said he was going to give him 2 weeks. You're proud he gave him 2 days and then just sent a fucking bunker buster B-2 bomb.
I believe they call that a sucker punch.
Well, he lies, and I guess it's war. If there was an actual war going on, no one would care about deception. But again, he didn't go to Congress. He didn't fucking get any approval from anybody. I think, like you said, he just, he's got his lips around Netanyahu's. He's jealous of his comb over, I think is what it is. Netanyahu's comb over is more of a classic.
That's right.
Bad comb over, where Trump's is just kind of like a cloud of golden dew settling on his head.
Just fly away all directions, no order whatsoever.
Put your money where your mouth is. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is what you get from Trumpkins. They come out here and they're like,
just random nonsense.
Random. Put your what? Put your money. Okay, I'll put my money where my mouth is. I will bet you $1 a day that Jesus doesn't come back tomorrow.
Oh.
Every day you send me $1. and when he does come back, I'll send you double.
All right.
What you've put in. Okay, take that bet. I still have no takers on that. I'll bet anybody $1 a day. We'll set up. We'll get lawyers. We'll set it up. You send me $1 a day. Jesus not coming back ever. And if he doesn't come back tomorrow, you give me.
You're gonna have to write some pretty hefty fine print into that clause because there are a lot of Jesuses out there. So.
Yeah, I assume the Trump MAGAs are lining up to go to war. No, there's no DEI, so they're all probably going to volunteer now,
right? Yeah. Some of them will. The ones that are bloodthirsty enough, and
when there's a lot of those, I've noticed that Trump is he's the president of mean people. If you're a mean-spirited person who enjoys revenge and who enjoys being shitty to people, but doesn't like being shit on. Yeah, right. Trump's your guy, right?
You can give it, but you can't take it.
Yeah, and he is what did he say every time there's a reporter who asks him a tough question, that's a nasty question.
Yeah.
Well, you're a nasty fucker.
Right.
You're literally nasty to everybody.
You make up stupid little nicknames for people to belittle them. That's not nasty somehow?
Did I have the same energy when Obama bombed Libya?
Probably.
Am I giving off energy? I'm just asking questions. I'm not against blowing it. You know what? Here's the deal. Islamic states need to go. They need to go. I want them off the planet. I got no sympathy for the regime, for Iran, for the Iranian people. Need to rise up and get rid of those fuckers. And if they're not going to do it, then they're going to get what they got coming to them. I'm not sure about the facts here. This smells like another weapons of mass destruction W. Like, here's my meeting. Say, Colin, what did you find? Wink, wink.
Right.
Well, Mr. President, glad you asked. Looks like we found weapons of mass destruction. Turned out to be a massive fucking lie. And we already know that Trump lies about everything. He lies about everything. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. He said that they've utterly destroyed their capability. They haven't. Israel knows they haven't. But he has to lie and provide hyperbole for the nitwits who voted for him.
And it's not even so much whether you have a problem with whether or not we bombed Iran in a vacuum. It's if you're going to run on a platform of we're not going to start new wars and we're going to end the wars that we're already part of because we don't want to waste time, money, and resources on war. And then you're going to all of a sudden take us into war that we had no part of to begin with.
Potentially an ugly war.
Yeah.
With Russia and China on the other side of things.
Right.
Thank you for the gifts. Thanks for the hearts. Love you, people. Are we at war? Did we just bomb a country? I'm not sure you call that peace.
Right.
You're a real genius, buddy. Where'd you go to school again?
Trump University. Now defunct Trump University.
Trump University. Yeah, there was such a thing, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of its many scams.
One of his many scams and failures. Religion is good for nothing, Krampus. Thank you. You're right. It is just another war.
Love Krampus, too.
Yes, Krampus is our guy. Merlot 614. Oh! You're in your tomb. Really?
Is this the same guy? Just saying.
No, this is EJGHRON, whatever the fuck that spells.
Oh. Say letters.
Eggtron.
Mhm.
Eggtron. Nice one. I'm in my tomb. Am I gonna get is a grave chastisement awaiting me? Because I don't believe in fake beings for which there's no proof. Why do go eat at a Middle Eastern restaurant and find out why? Find out what?
And find what out?
Yeah, maybe I think I missed it. He's answering somebody. I missed what you said. Sorry, man. I do that, and then before I notice that he's one military operation is not a war.
We got native atheists in the
That's awesome. What's up? We are on YouTube. Trying not to neglect our YouTubers. Thank you so much for being there. Casey, where are you? Israel is the one with the nukes. That's who said that. Do they have nukes in Israel? I feel like they probably. All they have to do is call up Trump and get one.
Right.
It's all they have to do. Clearly, right? Trump's literally the worst negotiator I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why people think he's good at it.
Because he wrote The Art of the Deal.
Oh yeah, did he though?
Yeah,
did he pay somebody to write it? He can't write. You can't even say 10 words that aren't the same. No one's ever seen anything like it. It's gonna be huge. It was great, brilliant. Everybody says.
Was all his briefings have to be under one page because he can't fucking read?
Your air will be cut off. The lights will be cut off. Really?
What?
I paid the bill this month.
How is your air going to be cut off?
I think he's talking about what happens when we're in our tomb. I don't know.
All right.
Unhinged. Again, Dave Kramer coming at us. Did we say one thing about Biden being good? Have we mentioned Biden?
The deflection.
Yes, again, the classic deflection. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're criticizing Trump. What about Biden?
Oh, so you think
What
Biden was
about
so great?
Biden?
No, Biden was a pants shitter at the end.
What about Biden?
Yeah.
We're talking about Trump.
We're talking about Trump. None of us brought up Biden. See, I got a purple shirt on? Do that on purpose. We're looking for the middle, buddy. We're looking to make America purple again. You turds on both sides. Both sides. Extreme left, extreme right. Dumb. Good morning, Spencer. Your bunker is your tomb. We will poke. Who's we? Who's we? Eggron. Biden's the Crypt Keeper. Who actually looks like the Crypt Keeper? I'm trying to. There's somebody.
Ooh.
There's somebody who looks like the Crypt Keeper, and I can't remember. I used to make that joke. Yeah, Biden was a doddering idiot at the end, and the Democrats fucked us. They fucked us hard. I'm about to just go back to being an independent. The only reason I was a Democrat is the Republicans are actually scary and worse.
Yeah. They didn't learn their lessons, Democrats, from 2016, Hillary and Bernie. I mean, that whole thing, they fucked that up. And then they did the same thing with Biden.
We got our, oh man, I wonder where my whistle is. Did I put it back there? What did I do with here it is. We got a preacher. No preaching on the train. No loud music, no spitting. No preaching on the train. Jesus loves you.
Why no
fucking
spitting?
stalker. You know what Jesus loves? Nothing. He's dead.
Oh, too soon.
He doesn't love anything. Israel dog walked Trump into World War III. Looks like it, Mike. Yeah, it looks like it.
That's pretty much what's going on.
Yeah.
They bit off more than they could chew.
I think you need a hyphen there. You made me misread the sentence, buddy. Come on, Mike. I love you, buddy. Israel dog walked Trump into world. Yes, Israel dog walked Trump. Yes, they dog wagged him for sure. They did. Eyeh Asher Eyeh in Hebrew. Google it. Google what? Edron?
Okay.
Karen Maga Mama, congrats on coming out. We support you. Oh, I love it. Karen's with us. Like we got a Karen. Is that shade somehow? Or I mean, happy Pride Month. It's almost over. You know,
Right.
I'm a solstice baby. My birthday was a few days ago. That's right. Happy birthday to me. Good morning, Dave. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
No, this is Dave. He's a guest.
Am I not a guest?
Wow. No, you're not a guest.
Jeez.
You're just part of the furniture at this point, man.
Ooh.
The price for disrespecting God is death. Well, then everyone pays that price, don't they?
Why am I still here?
And why do people who respect God also die?
Yeah, I think the death rate is 100%.
Yeah.
For people.
There's only three things that are certain. It's death and taxes, and that Trump is going to lie when he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
Morning, Scott Clower. My guy. Just you wicked humans. Yeah, you're going to live forever, Edgeron.
Right. Only the wicked shall
Why
pay.
are you Hebrew? You're talking Hebrew to us, but you're throwing shade. Like
seems the wicked tend to get pretty high positions of power instead of paying.
The righteous have no worries. Yes, I've read the whole Quran, and it literally repeats that over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
In between, kill the infidels.
Well, and a grave chastisement awaits those who don't.
Right.
The non-righteous. All you got to do is believe, and you're good. You're gonna go to where rivers flow, but you're gonna enjoy gardens neath which the rivers flow.
Be good, get reward. Be bad, get punished.
Yes, you will awaken in your tomb to be tortured by two angels.
Very deep themes.
So why didn't Allah protect Iran last night? They're the wrong kind of Muslims, right?
They must be the wicked because they got punished.
Yeah, they're not like are they Sunni or Shia? Right? And there's I don't either, and no one really cares. It's the same shit, same bullshit, different package. But yeah, I think that they're Persian, they're not Arab, right? And I think that there's racism there. I think that the rest of the I think that the rest of the Arab states don't necessarily like Persia because they're not like them. Kind of like Guatemalans hate Hondurans. It's just like, really, what are we talking about here?
Right.
But that's the world we live in. The righteous have no worries.
We'll go find some righteous people and let them know that they got nothing to worry about.
Remember when Trump said he'd end the war in Ukraine on the first day?
Yeah.
On the first day, how'd that go? I am Nero Caesar.
It pretty quickly turned into, well, that was Biden's fault. That's not our problem to stop that. That's Ukraine's problem.
Yeah. Well, that was just like, I wash my hands. You know what? We're out. You're not going to deal. We're out. You don't have anything for me. We're out. We got our minerals from Ukraine. Now we're out. Mm-hmm. Putin's going to end up taking over all Eastern Europe again, and maybe more. That's what he wants. It's not a joke. We're not making that up. He's basically said it. I was watching video last night where I was watching, some World War II documentaries. Which, I give any kid these days who likes to get into that stuff, I give them props because most kids don't even know what the hell happened. And really, World War II shapes everything that we know today, and everybody should know it. Am I a socialist? No, I'm more of a libertarian underneath, I think. But to my mind, the social democracies of Europe, which now exhibit the highest rate of happiness on the planet, is essentially
is a good model.
The best form of government that we've not perfect by any means, but I think a social democratic republic is essentially what you need to start. Yeah, laugh now, cry later. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Edgeron, you're a genius, buddy. Tax the churches. Well, if you tax the churches, then they'll legally be able to weigh in on candidates and so forth. So it's a double-edged sword there. I think that churches that can be shown can be proven to have shown a profit should pay taxes.
Yes.
Most churches don't. They operate at a near
break
even.
Tax mega churches.
Yeah, mega churches.
Not your little corner church.
Yes,
pastor or whatever.
Right. I drive through Tennessee all the time, and there's a Free Will Baptist church on the corner in between Tennessee and Kentucky every damn, and they can barely afford to pay the pastor.
Right.
And the people count on it for community and for just a little bit of hope and solace. And I don't have anything against religion in a general way. I really don't.
For community building.
Yes, and again, the flock needs shepherded. What we need to do is educate people out of religion. If education was what it should be, religion would die off on its own. It's dying off without a good education system in America, to the point where they have to fucking advertise it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about those? Jesus gets us. He gets us.
I don't think I've seen many of them.
You haven't seen them? I don't know, man. They have them on CNN, and they have them on. They're always in. If you watch any football or any sports, they're like slipping it in. They did a Super Bowl ad. It's just obnoxious.
Oh yes, I do remember the Super Bowl ad one. Yeah, that is obnoxious.
Right. Religion is a tool of oppression, and it's just a tool. CD. I am Yahweh. So who's blaspheming now? Edron, you are Yahweh? Why don't you do something about it then?
Edron the Edgelord.
Edge.
Oh my God, if I see one more of those He Gets Us ads, my eyes will roll out of my head every time.
Oh my God, isn't it awful? It's just brutal. Yeah. You have what?
Does Jesus get us though? I mean, if he was 2,000 years ago, so would he even understand anything going on?
Are we MAGA? No, Jesus doesn't get anything. He's dead. He doesn't get anything. If he ever existed, he doesn't get anything today. He's dead and rotten. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. You know, the writers of the Bible kind of knew, right? They knew. The truth is that you return to what you came from. Your molecules become less orderly, and your atoms return to the universe.
Happy Sunday.
Is this dude? Is he? I don't even know. Edron. He's Edron Hubbard. That's who he is.
Oh.
You're entertaining, if nothing else, buddy. Boy, oh boy, the indoctrinated are something else, aren't they? Smokey D. Go ahead and join. Yeah? Can you get on? You got enough followers? Probably not. Why don't you? I'll let you on. You can explain why God is real. We don't usually do that, but I'm feeling bold today, so I'll put up with 30 seconds of boring air if anybody wants to get on and tell me why. Tell me why Allah could not have stopped a 30,000-pound bunker bomb. That's, why didn't he just give them the nukes they want? Why did you just put it? What a life this guy must have. He's sitting watching an atheist live talking about Trump and like blathering. You're foaming at the mouth, buddy. I can't even see you.
Oh, he's sitting there stroking it for sure.
Footy M. Where Jesus at? Jesus wondering where the next freak off is at.
Ooh, where?
He's like P. Diddy's in jail, and now he's got nowhere to go.
Who's taking over
nowhere to go on a Saturday?
The parties,
right? Your suffering will be legendary. God, man,
my suffering is already legendary.
Right? How about it? Right?
Holy shit!
That's Allah's punishment to us, is putting you on.
Yeah.
Oh, there is no Allah. All right. Are you Jewish? You're talking about Yahweh over and over, and you're quoting Jewish. Yeah, this dude.
He doesn't know what he is.
He's just a troll. That's what we know.
You already know what they will say. Quote, free will. That's why Allah didn't help Iran, because they have free will, and he has to.
Who asked if
that play out?
Yeah, well, the free will thing is so silly, isn't it?
Yeah. Pray for help, but you have free will, so he's not going to help you, but pray anyway.
Right. And he knows the outcome of everything.
Right.
And he has an almighty plan, but he might change it for you because you prayed.
Right.
Yeah, good thought.
Because you're so special.
People who
out of the billions of people, you're going to be the one he helps.
CD, are you MAGA?
Who?
Us, apparently.
Oh.
Do we sound like MAGA?
It should be pretty obvious that we're not.
Yeah. God is the equivalent of stop hitting yourself. You get one for that. Miss Walls joined. Ooh. Yeah, waiting for the baby oil shipment. He gets it in a tank truck delivered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that tanker from Breaking Bad that they hijacked.
Right, they hijacked full of lube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
The stuff that they don't take, though, they've got to water it down so that when it gets to the next stop, it weighs the same, and they'll never know it was taken.
Do you believe non-believers are more empathetic and have more compassion for others? I don't know. I know a lot of I know a lot of really compassionate Christians. There's
Yeah.
You know what I often joke that I don't hate Christians. I just don't meet any because the loudmouth Christians are anything but. In America, the evangelicals aren't. That's not it's not any form of Christianity that any of the founders would have even recognized. Not even close. Most of them were deists, and the others were mainline Protestant, Dutch Reform and Presbyterian and Congregationalist and Calvinist. There's nothing in common with today's science denial style of evangelical blowhardness. It's like, what? This is a Christian. No, if it was at any point, it wasn't anything like your Christianity, Karen. But no, I don't think that. I think in general, I think in general, atheists are good, caring people who.
There probably is a stronger correlation of empathy and thoughtfulness among non-believers, but not that correlation is not a causation in any way.
Right. That's absolutely true. And I think most atheists are humanists, really. Yeah. Because your other option is to be a nihilist, right? And that really doesn't go anywhere, does it? No, so
literally,
if you can't leave the campsite a little better than you found it, what the fuck is your purpose here? But people who are religious, like this guy, what was his name? Edgerton?
Edgelord.
Edgerton Hubbard. He didn't get that, does he?
No.
What's up, American secularist from Missouri? UNC, you're about to die. What's wrong? What did University of North Carolina do?
Maybe he was starting to talk about someone's uncle, but
he's calling me.
Forgot the last couple letters,
and he forgot that UR is a contraction spelled YOU''RE. Some of the wordsmiths. Speaking of wordsmiths, some of the wordsmiths. What's up? DMI Sexta is with us.
A Balrog has stumbled into the YouTubes.
Is the Balrog? Oh, he's a demon of the ancient world who shall not pass. I want one of those fire whips.
Yeah, that would be.
I want one of those cool fire whips that seem to be part of me. I wonder if Mickey Rourke from Iron Man 2 was a Balrog. He kind of had the fire whip weapon.
Well, he had an electric whip.
Well, I mean, you got to fabricate it somehow. It's pretty close, though. Got that fucking weird arm extension, grab you by the ankle and electrocute you, burn you to death. Pray the Rosary. That's a great one. Bill Willard. Hey, what's up, Bill? How you been? Yes, pray the Rosary, promise to repent, and pay your tithings. Right?
Pick an element, any element. Yep. Fire, lightning.
As soon as coin in coffer rings, the soul from purgatory springs. You heard that?
No.
That's an actual, like, from the Middle Ages. That's an actual, like, tagline that they used in church. So you could, like, not only buy your way to salvation, you could pay enough to get Uncle Bad Guy out of purgatory.
Oh.
Yeah. The Catholic Church made that available to people way back in the day. Nice. So, like, are you worried about grandma because you think maybe she was abusive and she probably didn't believe and she went to hell or is in purgatory? You can pay for that and they can get out. Yes.
It's nice that they had that power to be able to perform that service for people for enough money, of course.
Are we in their holy war now? I don't know. And again, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that. Islamic states need to go. I don't care. I don't want us getting in World War III over it. And I don't want the man who would be king to be making unilateral decisions based on lies or based on shit that he owes people, right? This is what it's about. He said 2 weeks. Netanyahu called him up and said, "Bitch, do it today."
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have waited 2 weeks. Because he doesn't like war. I think it. One of the things I really do believe about him is he doesn't want to be involved in foreign wars. He wants to fucking, but he does.
He has to be a tough guy.
He has to be a tough guy, and he's got people who have shit on him.
Yeah,
he's got shit that he owes, and he doesn't. Why do you think he left the summit in Canada? As a bit of a switch gears. Because
he doesn't like Canada.
Well, they don't like him. He had to be surrounded by everybody who hates him. And at least back in the White House, he can fucking surround himself with the sycophants that he put there, who he doesn't even believe their intelligence reports. What do you think of that?
He's had a big break with Tulsi Gabbard now. He rose her up, and then 2-3 months later, shitting on her. You get what you get.
You sign up bobos who think you're gonna suck, and then they say something you don't want, and then you got to fire them. Who are you gonna find? Who's he gonna use? Why does he even have a security team or an intelligence team if he's not gonna believe him? It's literally a joke. We're living through the joke days of America. If we make it, it'll be it'll be ridiculous.
They don't call him Taco for nothing.
I'm not hating on Islam. I'm hating on repressive Islamic states. There's a difference, Putz. Listening's a fucking skill. I don't deny anybody their religious beliefs. And if that makes you get to sleep at night, God, I have to do what I have to do to get to sleep at night. So if you need the comfort of a myth to get you to sleep, then welcome to it.
But when your religious beliefs cause your country to deny the rights of all its women, that's a problem. And
promises death to atheists, promises death to homosexuals. Probably they're just, they're haters. Fundamentalism is needs to go. Needs to go. Freedom of religion is what they need.
And freedom from religion.
Yeah, this is a guy
who
is going to get us kicked off. So you're gone.
Oh, no more edgelord?
No, he's all right. Edgelord, okay. The other guy who's over and over why hating on Islam. He said it like 10 times. That's the guy who's going to report us.
Yeah, probably.
I think he is a warmonger, actually. Who? You think Trump's a warmonger? Yeah,
I think if he thinks it'll serve him well, he'll do anything.
Yes,
that could be a part of his repertoire.
He's a warmonger today because he figures he needs it for whatever reason he thinks he needs it.
Yes. Speaking of getting kicked off TikToks, we're live on YouTube as well. Check us out there.
Oh yeah.
In case we get kicked off the TikToks because Bobo. Yeah.
All right. Here's Jake.
Reporting us.
Jake, you got 1 minute to say something interesting.
Ooh,
Dead air and you're off.
Jake from State Farm. Oh, fantastic. So he comes on and just starts spouting racial slurs.
Right, is that what that is? How do we get rid of my belly?
What a fantastic person you
are. What a guy.
Here, make me live so I can come to have a rational conversation with you. And then I'll pull a bait and switch. And instead of, coming on and conversing like an actual human person, I'll just quietly mumble racial slurs
the N-word, over and over again. Great job, buddy. You're a genius. See why I don't do that?
Yeah.
It's like, you're probably thanks.
What an absolute garbage person.
Honestly, I don't even think you put enough space in between for the algorithm to hear what he was actually saying.
No, I barely could tell at first.
Yeah.
And it was so quiet.
Yeah, that's a teenager at home who needs fucking help, right? Get out of your mom's basement and go find a life.
Wait for your balls to drop and
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough. Lottie Dottie, I didn't give you a toot. Gila.
Gila monster?
No, just sort of Geela. Can't put Gila on that, but maybe. His username was Jesus Saves.
Jesus Saves.
He needs someone to save
before he quits his game, so he can resume where he left off next time.
Hope somebody finds your house, buddy.
Well, I found his house today. That's why I'm here doing this stuff.
No, Jake. Hope somebody has. Can you give me 1 minute to talk? I didn't even see that he said 1 minute when I told him that he needed to do that. Yeah.
Here, I thought Jake from State Farm was a real stand-up guy. Turns out he's just a bigot. Jesus saves 15% on his car insurance, the Balrog says. Yes, he does.
I'm gonna do a video because I got this Jesus. In fact, that's a good idea. I've been out of ideas. I haven't posted a TikTok video because I'm so disgusted with TikTok, and we've had bigger fish to fry. Smelly orange White House fish.
Ooh, stinky.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat people up over atheism. The atheist community is dead in America. I had a minute like 25 years ago or 20 years ago now. No, not even, maybe like 12, right? 2012, 2010, when the new atheism hit the waves with Sam Harris and two of them are dead now. Hitchens is dead, R.I.P.
Yeah.
And Daniel Dennett recently died, so we got Dawkins on life support. He had a stroke 10 years ago, and he's still hanging on. But we had some profile for a while. People were like, yeah, religion's dying, atheists are gonna, and then from my perspective now, as a volunteer for the last 10 years for atheist organizations, they've attached themselves to the screeching woke left. No one even takes them seriously as a thing because they've made their fight about progressive woke politics instead of just separation of church and state, which is what we're in it for.
Right.
When you offend everybody right of center, then it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to keep it going. And it's a boneheaded decision. American Atheists is particularly guilty of it. You cannot go there. You can't go to any of their shit without the whole show being about the woke mind virus, as they say. It's not about atheism. It's not about separation of church and state. It's about being ultra woke, ultra liberal, not offending anybody who might, and yes, okay, it's a decent read of the room that atheism is generally attached to the left, but not the fucking extreme, not the extreme left. There's plenty of libertarian, Republican voting atheists who don't give a shit about religion,
right?
Don't give a shit about God, just don't see it as the issue that I do. And to me, it all goes back to education. They want to keep you stupid, and part of keeping you stupid is keeping you religious.
Yes.
Scott Clower says BCJE looked so dumb, dropped the blank document. What does any of that mean, Scott?
BCJE?
He might just be like texting with his thumbs because it says C dumb, which I suppose is so dumb. Drop the blank.
Speak to us in English.
15 to 20 meet monthly in Springfield, Missouri. Fun times, but too political at times. Yeah, well, unfortunately, the show has turned political. We didn't used to talk about politics at all. But now, with democracy at stake, people like Marjorie Taylor, Garbagey Trailer Queen.
Right. Well, that's good.
Right. Made that up the other week, and I got to find a way to use it.
And Matt Gaetz, who somehow is still a thing.
Trump, because he dropped the blank documents. Oh, he had something in his hand and he dropped it and it turned out to be nothing on it. It was just a prop. I don't know what that means.
Oh, yeah. I've seen things like that before where, he's got some papers that he's holding on to that he will glance at to make it seem like he's reading. And there's just nothing there.
He needs to make it seem like he can read before.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't he publicly brag about not reading books? Like it's a waste of time or something. I mean, come on.
I don't read enough and I'm ashamed of it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I've got dozens and dozens of books on my read list. Like I've got dozens of movies and TV shows on my watch list. I wish I had time to get around to all
right. And it's like, I feel bad, but I read, but it's always short stuff because I don't find time to finish the novels. I'm reading the Henry V. It's actually pretty interesting, and I just can't find time to finish it. I'm maybe a third of the way, a little more through it, and I love European history. I love all that stuff, and Henry V is a fucking genius figure.
Here's the play, Ethan. You go to church on Sunday, and you take that time. You take a book with you, and you spend your church time productively reading a book.
You're a genius, man. If I had an hour to go to church, I would just use it to read. Why do I need to go to church?
To force yourself to read. You say, okay, if I have an hour of free time, I'll use it to read. But then you end up doing other stuff. I know, because I do this. Right. I've got an hour of free time. You take a nap or, doom scroll or some other bullshit. Go somewhere with the book that you can't do any of that other stuff. And church kind of fits that bill. Just go sit in the back of the church while the preacher is droning on about nonsense and read your book. 1 hour.
Secretly have a Playboy in the middle of the book.
Yes.
He's like, you're pretending to read War and Peace and you're reading Piece of Ass.
Oh, Marion's got to run, pick up groceries. Thank you for keeping this channel going and for everything else you're doing. Hope you all have a better day.
Thank you. Thank you, Cutie Hippo. We love you. Marian Batista.
Balrog says an hour in church is just someone else reading to you and only the parts they like.
Right.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. You got to tune that out and just do your own reading productively, not anti-productive cherry picking Bible quotes.
Fox News has all the information the Orange Man needs,
which is to say none,
right?
Or false.
Well, I'm glad you guys are meeting American Secularist in Springfield. That's nice to know. I know we do. We have our meetings. We get together. We do stuff, but I feel like as a national movement, that the atheism is shit to bed.
Yeah,
I feel bad, and they're just, the other side has more money. They do. They get more money, more infrastructure. They play in the long game.
Balrog's got a good point. They put on their gowns and read to you, but trans story time is a problem somehow.
Jesus saves. That's why he could afford to take an early retirement.
That's right. Jesus put money in his IRA, in his Roth IRA. Jesus is a savvy investor. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he is. Cheeto is a mirror image of half the country. Yeah.
Well, 40%.
Bacito Mussolini.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was making up Mussolini jokes with the
Mussolini.
Mussolini.
Where's he been? He fell out of favor, huh? And hasn't gotten back into good graces.
Someone made a meme of him holding up a boombox, like say anything.
Oh yeah, in front of the car, right? He needs his loving back.
He needs his loving back because it's starting to affect his pocketbook. God forbid he should lose $1 billion.
Those government contracts are going to run out, and it's going to be up shit creek. No paddle.
Wow, that kid didn't get us kicked off. Didn't get us kicked off. What do you know? Not yet, anyway. Denise Smith.
What do you know?
What's up, Denise?
Maybe TikTok finally loves us.
No one wanted to get on and tell me why Allah couldn't save Iran. No one wants to talk about why he never seems to intervene when bad things happen.
We do love a good divine intervention. Too bad it never happens.
No, but my daughter had a high school teacher who tried to insert that into their class. It was a dude too.
What, divine intervention?
Yes, the divine intervention was
like talking about it being a real thing.
Being a real thing and having played a part
in which class?
In American history, in like a history class. Yeah.
What?
Social studies. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Trying to say that kind of in a manifest destiny way, right? Like this is what was intended simply by virtue of the fact that it happened means that God wanted it to happen, right?
What? Oh, come on.
Or certain things went a certain way when they might not have because of divine intervention. Yeah. He got fired for constantly making inappropriate comments about the girls' dress code.
Well, yeah, imagine that. Go figure.
Yeah.
That heavy correlation there.
Right? How about it?
Between the fucking creeps and weirdos and the religious zealots. But yeah, trans people and gay story time, those are the problems somehow.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like we need more drag queens in society.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough. I think there needs to be more. And the people that would beat down that incredibly interesting faction of society are conformists and boobs and retro anachronistic. I don't know what the deal. Why do people care? Why do people care? We care what people dress like. What's wrong with you? I've come to the realization that like certain people will give people crap for dyeing their hair like weird colors.
Yes. Oh, that's a huge thing now. Is all the men disliking certain types of women, of the feminists and everything. Oh, look at the blue hair. Look at the blue hair feminist. Yeah. I bet she's a real asshole.
Yeah. What's with the shade there? I never, when I was younger and I was more.
Oh shit, we're reaching way back now.
Yeah, I know, right? When I was, when I would talk about the kind of women that I was attracted to, just like, you like blondes, you like brunettes, whatever. I never liked. It doesn't overmade up women don't attract. I don't like women who wear a lot of makeup. I never have, and not that I don't like them. I'm not attracted to them sexually generally.
Yeah.
and the unnatural hair colors. It doesn't do anything for me personally, but I don't give people shit because they like it.
Yeah, I'm the same way with tattoos. Like, if you've got 100 tattoos, it doesn't particularly appeal to me, but I don't care.
Yeah, you do you.
Have your tattoos.
You do you. Yeah, right? I feel like tattoos are funny now because I feel like not having a tattoo makes me more of a rebel.
Right. Yeah.
Why'd you get that tattoo? I want to rebel against my parents. Oh, you're a real original thinker there. With that.
And there are tattoos I would get and maybe even would like to get, but I don't have extra money for that or time or whatever.
Would DJT like a KKK drag queen? What? Would there be such a thing?
That is a whole lot of stuff to process.
Yeah, I had a lot to unpack there. I'm not sure.
Huh. Would the Triple K guys like a drag queen being a part of their number?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to wash.
I don't think that this flies. Yeah,
but I guess if you put on a whole outfit, a KKK outfit, how is there a drag version of that? Or you just like how you have
now I feel it needs to happen. We need like a dragged out, fancy runway model version of the white cloth hoods and all that crazy shit.
Spell queen with a K. KWEEN. I don't know. The founders all dressed and followed late 18th century drag culture. It's true, yeah. Macaroni fashion. That's absolutely right.
Oh, what do we got here? A maverick being frank. Long live Iran from a Christian.
Yeah, what's with that?
Okay.
Go ahead and engage us on YouTube. We're on YouTube, folks. Yeah. Follow us on YouTube. Go over there because it's only a matter of time. For as soon as Trump runs out of uses for TikTok, he's going to let it die.
Right.
Right now, it's like every 90 days.
Is it still on like a 75-day hold?
No, he just upped another one. I just heard the other day he gave it another 90 days because it's been very good to me. This is very good things for me. And that's all it's about for him. He doesn't. It's just transactional. If he feels TikTok is Alex Sports guest request, you got to tell me what you want to talk about, Alex.
Yeah, you have to guarantee us that you're not going to just jump on here and start spouting racial slurs or
are you guys gay? Are you guys gay? Not being rude, just wondering. No, I'm an ally.
Married to a woman.
Yes, I have a girlfriend and I've been married and
he has 3 kids.
I have 3 kids.
I have a kid.
I'm fabulously straight, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
I enjoy the company of gay people. I don't find anything.
All right, I'm gonna give you a shot, dude. Because if you fuck us like that other asshole did, I'm gonna be very pissed. What happened?
Prepare for invasion.
Oh, he's in the guest. Did you get off? I thought I.
Huh?
Oh, there it is. He wants to talk about Christianity.
All right, Alex. Let's talk about Christianity.
It's probably that other kid again. It's probably. Yay, Jake! Jake! Oh my God! Oh God! You're an idiot.
How does it feel to be so childish and intellectually defunct? And you're the Trump guys, right? Go figure. I mean, come on. Mouth breathing dipshits.
Sports. Thanks for the gifts, though, buddy. That helps. The Flower Man is with us. If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. What's up, man?
Who are the charlatans? A maverick being frank? Are we the charlatans? I'm okay with being a charlatan.
I'm okay with being a charlotte.
Oh.
Yeah, you can be a drag queen without being gay.
Correct.
We used to call those transvestites in the day. That'll probably get us kicked off for just saying that word. But there's plenty of straight dudes who are cross-dressers. That's not even a new thing. Was still nursing on cousin mom's feet.
Here's the thing. A charlatan is a person who falsely pretends to have knowledge or skill, often for personal gain. So what is our personal gain here? I'm not gaining anything. Are you? And what knowledge or skill are we falsely pretending to have?
What are you doing? What are you reading?
Well, in the YouTube's chat, a maverick being frank has, I'm guessing, referred to us as charlatans.
Oh, I wish. Yeah. That's yeah. Charlatans make money, don't they?
Yes. Like
Yeah.
Joel Osteen.
Yeah, I
would be
wish, yeah.
considered a charlatan. I
Trump?
wish I had that kind of money.
Trump. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been shown to be a charlatan. Yeah. I don't think you know what that means, buddy. But yeah, good for you. You want to you long live Iran. Long live Persia. You know, I want to see them return Iran to how it was in the 70s. Okay, the Shah was corrupt, but at least you could go to Tehran and have a nice visit a nice world city and have a cup of tea on the street and enjoy a modern country, right? And now we have women getting beat up for using a cell phone.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here. Nothing is more embarrassing on the world stage than there's three things: Islamic regimes, Trump, and America.
America, fuck yeah. That's the theme song to the Iran bombing.
Jeff Yaz, a big owner in TikTok, bailed Trump out, gave him bail money.
Oh, is that why the TikToks?
Well, it's something. You know it's something.
Yeah.
So listen to what's this mean, secularist? I have a receding hairline, so I support a short mohawk in cowboy country. Oh, it's an Indian cowboy joke.
That's a deep cut.
Ooh, haircut joke. Receding hairline. Yeah, I know how that goes, my friend. Oh, man. Father Time marched in V formation across my forehead. And happened when I was like 20. So, yeah. Cry for me if you're bald. I've been there. Legion. What does that mean? APM USA. Legion. Trump is a good president.
According to what metric?
On what curve? Is that like, yeah. They're like the immigrant who's like, Trump's delivering the America I was promised. I don't think you were promised in America, personally. Poor Alex. Yeah. Alex, Jake, and Alex Sports. Just block him now.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Low bar. I suppose that's what I mean. It's a curve, I guess, you know. But you know, I can't. Has there been a worse president? He's literally an embarrassment. He's a worldwide embarrassment. And all they can talk about
in the 1800s, sometime probably one of them was worse. But
Andrew Johnson famously impeached in first and only. They had to get impeached until they had to impeach Slick Willie. Right?
So, Tricky Dick.
No, he didn't get impeached.
No, right. Slick. You're right. Yeah. What am I thinking?
He quit before.
Yes, right.
He's like, I'm out. Oh, Trump's a great president. What's he done so great?
Yeah.
What's he done great? Besides what he says, everything he does is great. He's
right.
Great.
If you believe a word out of his mouth, you think he's great.
Well, we're
dumb.
That is dumb. I mean, he's verifiably a liar. He lied 3 times on the news last night.
Yeah.
He lies every fucking time he opens his mouth. But the drool bags who think he's smart and thinks he's great.
Right. The best businessman ever. The only good business decisions he's ever made were convincing you people that he would be a good president. And how much money has he made off the presidency?
Yeah, already.
He's made more money from his political career than he ever did.
Well, he was essentially broke. Why do you think he needed to break the law in New York? It's why he did it. He was broke.
Yeah.
He's not a rich guy. He is now because of crypto and all the deals he's been able to make and the idiocy. But yeah, he was broke. That's why he needed to overvalue his fucking places to get loans on them that they weren't worth, and he got busted for it because he's a known liar and a con man.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if you don't, when you're the mark and you think the con man's not a con man, it's a pretty good sign that you're the fucking mark. So all those people who think that he's a good businessman and think that he stands up for them. Like if you think that Trump cares about you,
right,
and you think that anything Trump does is for you and the betterment of America, then I need to get you at the poker table because
if you're less than like 100 millionaire, he doesn't give a shit about you. He fucking hates people.
You. And I would tell to the point where he would rather have dinner with Nancy Pelosi every night of the week than ever spend a minute in your fucking Iowa farmhouse. he's a different person, right? We heard Bill Maher got to go visit him.
Yeah.
And when he came back on, he's like a different person. He puts on an act for you idiots.
Mm-hmm. And you laugh
and
up.
You laugh it up and believe it and think that he's so smart. Yeah, he clearly hates everyone that's on a bill, and he shames them. And he when I heard Bob Woodward being like, "Don't you feel bad for being?" and he laughed. He's like, "What? No, I don't feel bad." Because he was handed his wealth, and he did everything he could to choke it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, he was the victim of abuse. His father was an abusive dude, and it psychologically affected Trump to the point where he can't do anything but abuse other people. That's all he can do. He has to kick the dog because he got kicked growing up. He was never good enough, never smart enough for his dad, never, it's just he was shit on all the time. It's not hard to figure out just by the way he acts, and it's verifiable. You can go talk to people who know him and written books about it. Why would his family say that if it wasn't true? Where do these movies did you see?
No, everyone's saying this, and all the people saying those things. It's all just Trump derangements
and fake news. Trump derangement and fake news.
Yeah,
fake news. The one thing about fake news is when he says something is fake news, he's given fake news.
Yeah,
you can count on it. If he blames somebody else for doing something, it's him doing it. So every time he says fake news, fake news, fake news, what do you think he's got in place in now in the press corps? Breitbart and people who want to
Newsmax.
Yeah, people want to echo his idiocy.
Even Fox is not extreme enough for him anymore.
Yeah, he's not happy with Fox. Because Fox wants to be invited to the news table at some level.
They want to still be seen as a legitimate news, even though they never have been.
And they blew that.
Right. But they still have aspirations of being taken seriously.
Have they never been, or was it like in the very beginning where they sort of? I don't know. But it's like, they made a decision to be the right-wing echo chamber for entertainment and profit motives, period. This is what kills me. The people can't see. They can't see what's in front of their face.
And it's worked very well for them. They're obviously the most watched news channel and most profitable. They had enough money to pay $800 million for the voting machine.
The lies
that Tucker Carlson was lying to
everyone. Right. And now people are still listening to Tucker Carlson when he's been proven to be a liar.
I mean,
what a cross-eyed piece of shit that guy is.
Well, he was born a billionaire, so of course Trump loves him.
His dad was a newsman in L.A.
Was it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I look because it came up. We watched this movie about there was a trans woman in the 70s who started a car company that ended up being a scam. The car never got built. Investors lost all their money. And the guy who broke the story was Dick Carlson. And I'm watching this movie, and all of a sudden there's Tucker Carlson, completely out of context, talking about, my dad, not that he didn't come from money anyway, and that's just what his dad did. Maybe his mom was rich. But he's a legacy newscaster. What a shame that is. For his dad was probably just a regular news guy. He actually cared about journalism. And here his son is the mouthpiece for the extreme right and MAGA echo chamber boob who lies. But I thought, I'm trying to remember what the hell that movie was. I think it was on Amazon Prime or on Netflix. It was kind of a doc, not kind of. It was a documentary, like a series, I guess that's mini series. God, what was it called?
Dick Carlson, former Gonzo reporter, apparently, director of Voice of America, president of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
All right.
And apparently the U.S. ambassador to the Seychelles, which of course we know is off the eastern coast of Africa, north of Madagascar. From trivia.
Okay. But either way, he's I blocked Alex again. It's got to be the same asshole. He gets right to gifting so that we think he's good. Is this a pro-Trump talk? Does it sound pro-Trump?
Yeah, we love glorious leader. The orange man.
Yes.
Mr. Cheeto.
In fact, we have him here. He's a guest on the show.
Ooh, bring out the guest. King Trump. Yes, we love him so much that we have him here as a guest.
We love him.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I do is so great. I'm so great.
He's still not nearly orange
I'm
enough.
the smartest president ever. Yeah, well, these masks, they all have the same latex color. I don't think any of them come with like a, unless it's a
Well, no, they don't come that way. I'm saying you got to get a big bag of Cheetos and just rub the dust all over it.
If I had time, I'd read a book. I don't know. It's like, oh, he's still got pins in him holding this thing together. This is from our Trump dummy. We made an effigy of Trump.
That's our Trump dummy, not to be confused with the real Trump, who is just a dummy.
With the nation's Trump dummy. Here.
Oh, getting us kicked off the talks.
I did it for YouTube. It looked better. I don't know what it did here. This is a pro-Trump talk.
Have you been watching more than 2 seconds?
He's laughing now. Neil Mudd, give you one, buddy. Is that the ear that was shot? Yeah, I was licking his little wound there.
Yeah,
it is. It's healed up pretty nice. Thanks to my tender licking. I got videos, boy. I got videos in mind for this. I'm gonna put on the fat suit. We got a fat suit. We drew nipples on it. We put Trump's head on it and stuffed it and dragged it around behind a golf cart and had a kazoo band. We played it. We went live with it last week. You may have seen on Saturday. But now that the fat suit is part of I have costumes out the ass in here. There's so many costumes, and now I got a Trump mask and a fat suit. So I got a video in mind where it's set to silent movie style soundtrack music, like piano silent movie music, silent video, obviously, with Trump on the beach drawing a line in the sand. That's a guy with a Putin mask. Then, like, as soon as Trump turns around, he just walks over the line, and then he looks back and goes through, silent movie antics, right? Yeah. And then he makes the line again and goes on with, I'm great. Turns it back, and then Trump Putin just crosses the line again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One day we're gonna film that. Willie Horn. What's up, Willie Horn? He will horn. I just did. There you go. Hey, my atheist friend. What's up with you? I'm gonna hang out for a few more minutes. It's been an hour already. It goes fast. We're gonna get asked about putting the puzzle piece together here to make sure we're not bots.
Are you sure we're not? I'm not sure I'm not a bot.
Pro-Trump threads usually have Trump wallpaper with an AI image of a bodybuilder on Donnie's head. What is with that? You've seen that a million times, right?
Posted from the official White House account, that May the 4th be with you deal.
Oh, that's 4th, right.
They had him as a Jedi, but with a red lightsaber. Go figure. They don't know that those are the bad guys.
A ripped Jedi.
Super muscular, shirtless, disgusting.
I feel like if you can control the Force with the deftness of a Jedi, you don't need to be ripped.
No.
Like, why would you waste your time working out if it's Stephen William. We're doing good, Willie. Thanks. We're surviving, living through the dumpster fire, the Trumpster fire of America right now. And he went and bombed Iran without permission.
Shits and giggles.
When he said he'd wait 2 weeks. But of course, I didn't really believe that would happen. He lies anyway. But I didn't think it would be 2 days. But
BB needed it to happen today.
I do turn
yesterday.
Seems like a good question to ask the monks. Which one, Umar? Sorry, buddy. I'm trying to follow on both. And thanks you guys for being here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. It's Atheist Underground. We also have a movie review channel that we're going to get to working on in a minute.
Ooh, we got a video going live in half an hour there.
Ooh, it's the Grail Guys present Cinema Jones.
Yeah. Search YouTube for Grail Guy or Cinema Jones. Either one of them should pull us up.
Yeah, Palpatine was not ripped.
No.
He looked like he could have ripped him in two.
Yeah.
Poor, you can always tell. It's kind of like that Gimli question, right? The other night.
Yeah.
Like you can tell if it's a Star Wars character name. Like George Lucas just has, he has his 10 things.
Shaolin monks tend to be ripped. Doesn't exactly match the peaceful lifestyle. No, so Shaolin monks are shredded, right? So they're very like leanly muscular. Okay, they've got a lot of tone and definition, but they're not like jacked.
Yeah,
super muscular.
Yeah, the bodybuilder thing is which is for show. Everyone knows that has nothing to do with strength. It's not
the huge muscles to show off. Yeah, they're not functional.
Yeah.
The Shaolin monks have functional muscle.
They're wiry.
Lean, sinewy. Yeah.
Wiry, near vegetarian.
Right.
Right. I feel like they probably eat some insects here and there, but yeah, generally, you know, healthy diet, spiritual balance, and just wiry inner strength. Love it. I heard about it. Also saw the videos of the bombs from Israel to Iran as well as on TikTok. Okay, Betty Booty, Fiery Cleric.
Betty Booty.
Yeah, Betty, Butti, Butty, Booty,
Oh.
Betty Booty.
Hmm.
Thanks for being here, Betty. Yeah, well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Willie, but make sure you go on to YouTube and find our movie review channel. We're hoping it'll have broader appeal than rank atheism. But yeah, we're both cinephiles, and we both like to talk. So
Last week we reviewed the newest Mission Impossible. Check that out. Today in half an hour we're dropping the Mountainhead review, streaming on HBO. What did we do the first week? Friendship and Fight or Flight. All those been reviewed. Plus we got some shorts with some questionable opinions on other movies.
Yeah, check us out there. Spiritual Believe. Spiritual.believe. Randy Visser, where you been, man? Randy Visser, he's a real pisser.
Oh, come on now. What channel for the movie stuff, Balrog wants to know. Channel name is The Grail Guys. You can just search Grail Guys or Cinema Jones. Either one should pop up our videos in the results or our channel.
Within a couple, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes right up on mine now because I subscribe. So it's right there within a couple of videos when I turn on the YouTube. Because I'm not a doom scroller. I don't. You kids, you young kids, you Gen Xers, you millennials, way more given to doom scrolling. My girlfriend doom scrolls like a sumbitch, and I like to throw shade because I'm a creator. I have followers on TikTok, and I don't watch TikTok. I just don't. If someone sends me a video and they want me to watch it, I'll watch it, but I don't sit and scroll. Like I said, I don't have time to read a book. Why am I going to sit and waste minutes scrolling shit? I don't scroll Facebook. I don't scroll anything.
Oh, we got a Balrog subscriber. He's going to burn our channel to the ground.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah, subscribe on if you haven't yet, like he has on YouTube for the Atheist Underground. We need to get to 1,000. And we can do a lot more fun stuff on the street from our mobile devices. It needs 1,000 followers for you to do that. We could have streamed the protests on YouTube, because I feel like YouTube, you got to really do something egregious to get kicked off, right?
Yeah. Yeah, certainly not the nonsense that TikTok will kick you off for.
Like that idiot thought
from firsthand experience every week almost.
Do you think that ever works for that guy? Why does he keep doing that? It clearly doesn't work.
Because like you said, he's a teenager sitting in his mom's basement doing something. He just doesn't know better. Or he thinks it's funny or whatever. He's just juvenile.
Veritably, I say to you, it will be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get to heaven. That's why we hoard wealth in America, because we're such Christians.
And that's why we idolize billionaires, right?
Yes. And we glorify violence and demonize sex because we're such Christians.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never understand that.
No.
Like I'm okay with pew-pews. I have a few. I'm not obsessed. I just grew up in the country. So we hunted, and
that makes me feel bad about enjoying like John Wick type stuff like that. But what are you gonna do?
You can't take,
At least that's fictional.
Yes, and like R. Crumb's wife said, you remember R. Crumb, the comic?
No.
It was a trivia question. What was his actual what did the R stand for? R. Crumb is the underground comic from National Lampoon and before, stuff like. And he would do like dirty cartoons, like stuff that would get you kicked off of TikTok. He would like really kind of, they could be spun as abusive in their way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of objectifying and Schmeepy, if you will. But when there was a neat documentary done about him that I'm sure you can find, and they're genius drawings. Their cartoons are great, and he came up out of Haight-Ashbury too, I think. He's a San Francisco guy, but his wife is somebody during the documentary. They're like, what does it worry you that his brain is like this? And she's like, that's why he does them in cartoons.
Yeah.
And, I would worry if he kept it inside and then acted it out, but it's like, this is his outlet.
Yeah.
And it's a safe and fun one, So yeah, I'm the same way. I don't, I'm okay glorifying violence in a movie like John Wick, but I don't eschew.
But carrying that over to real life.
Is bad. But I don't eschew glorifying glistening titties either. Right. In America, it's like, no, you can't even have boobs. Like England's had boobs on famously on page 3, right? The one of the papers always had an ad with a topless woman, and it was just a thing, right? And Benny Hill, it's like they just don't take it that seriously, and in general,
right?
Sex and sexuality is not.
But the children,
okay. They're not going to grow up and they have a much healthier attitude about it when they learn about it right away than when it's hidden from them and something that they, the purity culture bullshit that creates so many problems for people psychologically. It's so fucking bad. America needs to get over that. And again, it's all about education. We've miseducation as I prove myself an example.
So educate yourself.
We've miseducated.
Go look at some tits.
Yeah, right. Like educate myself. Just some more glistening breasts. Yeah, Benny Hill. Yeah, why we cut USAID feeding millions of starving people? Well, so that China could slip in there and create goodwill for their regime. But the current American regime is ridiculous. It's not pro anything except itself. He doesn't even listen to his people now. It's only a matter of time before Tulsi gets fired.
Yeah.
Good for her. She deserves it. Who cares?
Right.
She's a piece of shit. And she was I met her. I've been next to her. I've brushed up against her. She's an impressive woman. If I had a Navy and I needed a woman, it would be her. That's a big girl. Kicks some ass, boy.
But a bigger flip flopper ever.
Yeah, the bigger, just like woo, 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 like all these people. They just want to grab their chance to be close to power.
Yeah.
Right? Pig Hedgepot can't contain his excitement. He's like a 6-year-old who got invited to a 12-year-old's party.
Right.
It reminds me of the dogs. You remember the Warner Brothers dog, the bulldog, and then the little chihuahua. Hey Chester, what are you gonna do today, Chester? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, Chester's my pal because he's big and strong. It's literally what the cartoon says. That's what we're living. That's what Pig Hedgepot is. He is the little dog to Trump's.
But the alcoholic version.
Yeah, the alcoholic, sloppy drunk alcoholic version. Has there ever been a smarmier, greasier piece of shit than that guy in the cabinet?
Mr. Whiskey Leaks.
IKEA has better cabinets. It's already getting old, that joke. I've heard it like 3 times. Not for me. So WWE wife becomes head of education. Is that what? Is that what's
Linda McMahon? Yeah.
Oh, is that she's the Secretary of Education?
Yes.
Well, she's rich. He respects that.
Presumably put there to just burn it down because they want to abolish it.
He has to praise Trump because he'd get fired. He's an idiot. If he doesn't tell all of them, you can just see it.
Right.
The
if you don't praise unglorious leader, you will be replaced.
Schmatzy Barbie is good at her job because she can do it. If you watch her, the press secretary, she's something wrong with her lips. It looked like she kissed a uranium core rod. I don't know. She had something on. It was like she had a problem. I don't know if I'd have gotten that.
Well, she kissed an orange rod to get that job.
Well, but she does what she needs to do for him well. She doesn't ever miss a chance to blame the previous administration, to praise glorious leader, to promote the MAGA agenda every time. The greatness of this president. She's good at it, And honestly, I don't know if she sleeps at night, but thank you for the hard hat thing. Yeah. She's there to destroy it, the Department of Education.
Yes.
He doesn't want it anyway, right?
What's that?
He doesn't want it anyway, isn't he gonna?
Right.
Right. Like DeJoy was to the post office. She can stand the stench. Yeah, Schmatzy Barbie can definitely stand the stench. She really looks like a Schmittler Youth poster.
Oh yeah,
girl,
right? Every woman, except for like the Linda McMahon super rich ones, are between 20 and 30 years old, blonde, attractive. It's all the same person.
Yeah, and even the ones that not like that aren't 20 to 30, like old Pam Bondi, she's got to go out and get the blonde dye job, right? Yes. To fit in. It's like okay, well, it's like the creepy restaurant owner who only has a type, like Hooters, What a joke. How about the ACLU winning appeal in Louisiana? Oh yeah, well that's that stuff. There's certain things that even judges who are conservative, they know when stuff is just wrong. And the Ten Commandments is in the schools. It's just so completely fucking wrong. There's too many Jewish and Muslim kids, and to pretend that it's not Christian, it's just religious. Okay, it's Judeo-Christian, right? But it's from one religious book. It's not just about God. That's why we can have In God We Trust, because they're like, doesn't really mention the Christian God. Okay, that one's a little more oblique, but the Ten Commandments in school is that's not going to fly until it really has been taken over by a dictator, and then maybe. But at this point, I still have a lot of faith in a lot of the local courts.
Yeah,
I believe that most people try to do their job well.
They're at least the ones still able to stand up to glorious leader and not just get all the shit shoveled down.
MAGA is really Mawa, make America white again. What? Yeah. make measles great again is what I mean. How that alone, this fucker brought back measles.
The RFK Jr. A couple weeks ago now, I think, said publicly, no one should take my medical advice seriously. Okay, what are you there for then?
Right, he's literally the medical advisor for the country, but no one should take his medical advice. They should just take that from their doctor. And
I agree with him that no one should take his medical advice.
Yeah,
he's an absolute moron and terrible medical advice. But then remove yourself.
But the head of Health and Human Services should be someone whose medical advice you can count on. And that part is right. In front of Congress, he said that. Yeah, he's a boob. If we get
that's like the whole Fox News thing where they made the case to the judge in one of their lawsuits that no one should take them seriously as a news outlet.
What does verbal on my taxpayer dime mean? Use a lot of numbers. Come up with a username. Yeah, this is that guy. He's got MAGA. That's a smart comment. Wow, you really have something to contribute today.
What a brainiac.
Are we great again yet? Because it just seems like we're just idiots.
Yeah, things aren't feeling too great.
Y'all took the COVID shots forced by your own dictators. You guys know that experts agree that one of the only good things Trump did in his first term was making sure that vaccine got invented. He put it on a fast track to make the world's best COVID vaccine. That was Trump who did that. Your putz is. So I don't know who you think you're fucking fooling with your idiocy, but if there's a vaccine available to an ugly disease and you don't take it, then you're that's on you. You're an idiot. But whole conspiracy theory shit and that was a real achievement of science to get that thing done as fast as they did. Has there been one verifiable death contributed to the vaccine? I mean, has there been any? You'll hear a lot of those conspiracy theorists be like, oh my God, I know a guy who took that vaccine, was dead in 2 weeks. Oh, okay. I'm sure a lot of people died of other things after they took the vaccine. Right. But as far as I know, I don't think there's ever been any proof of the vaccine killing anyone. Whereas COVID, yeah.
One or two.
RFK Jr. Is that what you mean?
Probably.
Took his grandkids swimming in feces-infested water.
Yes. Yeah, that was like a month ago now, wasn't it?
Is infested the right word? I feel like an infestation is by a living thing. Like it might have been E. coli infested. Like it was just feces full, feces ridden.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, feces ridden.
We had a feces infestation. Had to get that.
Those feces are running wild.
I didn't hear about that. What the hell is that?
They went swimming in shit water.
Like, just because he didn't read the report or what? Peter Carrington. Did you miss an N there, or did you run out of space? Peter Carrington is with us. What's up? Noni Yobi.
RFK Jr. swam in Rock Creek in D.C. on Mother's Day, despite warnings from the National Park Service about high bacteria levels and potential health hazards. The creek is used to drain excess sewage and stormwater, leading to fecal contamination and elevated levels of bacteria like E. coli. So feces and bacteria.
He probably denies that E. coli causes any sickness.
Right.
Right. He's probably like that.
You can't see bacteria, so what harm can it do?
What harm could it do you? People that failed high school chemistry are all of a sudden are vaccinated. Well, he fired the whole vaccine board, right? He fired them all at the Department of Health or whatever, the FDA or the DEA, whatever.
And let's yank Fauci's security detail because, he's an asshole.
Fauci's got to be the happiest guy in the world to be out of it.
Yeah.
That had to be horrible for him. Lifelong public servant has to deal with the shit show of Trump's ineptitude in dealing in any kind of leadership way, except in fact that he got that vaccine done, and then he waffled on whether right, because he knows that the MAGA goons, half of which are deniers from the other vaccine thing, that's why we have measles back, because all of a sudden, parents are on Dr. Google going, oh, it says here. And then there's a bunch of kids without measles, and now we have measles again. Thank you so much, Republican turd fucks.
Mm-hmm. Science bad. Don't trust science.
RFK was shown coming out of a tanning salon, proving cancer causing. Does Trump not tan, or does he use the paint? See, like,
I have no idea.
How's he get orange? It's like because you can do it with the spray tan, right?
Why is Trump orange?
Iron Hammer. What's up, Iron Hammer?
Donald Trump's orange tan has been a mystery for decades. I don't think there's an answer. I don't think anyone knows. It's the great mystery of our time.
You still wear masks while you riot.
What?
Use a lot of numbers. That's that kid again. He doesn't even have he just made a new account just so he can try to fuck with us. But we're literally got 8 viewers, and this guy thinks that this is a place you should try to come to.
This is probably the same guy talking about Trump lives rent free in y'all's heads. Apparently, we live rent free in your head, buddy.
DJT uses the paint that's on the Golden Gate.
Yeah,
it's not quite that red. That shit's almost red. It's so orange.
Trump uses chemical spray tanning agents to turn his skin orange. That's the most likely explanation.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been suggested that he uses both tanning beds and spray tans. I can see that as well.
We are bigger than ever. Yeah, you're bigger than ever. 48%, worst approval rating of any president in history. Not even on the fucking economy is he above water anymore. Not even on immigration after the bullshit that they pulled. He used to be up a little on immigration. Now he's like -2 in the last poll because he's just a douchebag about everything. He's literally the worst. You lost, but at least you won this time. I give it to you. You won, and the Democrats had to.
That's right.
Trump's the worst loser that there ever was. He can't even admit when he lost.
The first Republican popular vote win this millennium.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I think so because it was
maybe Bush won the second one.
Oh yeah, I suppose
against Kerry. But yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, couple more minutes. Allah has a branded Ani barcode on his head. What the hell does that mean? Wesley Curry II. Thanks for joining, buddy. We're on YouTube, and we got Wesley Curry Jr. Wesley Curry II. Allah, which has 2 L's, has a branded ONNI barcode on its head. What is? Have you seen Allah?
Explain.
Yeah, please explain, Wesley. I've not.
Give us some context.
I've not been privy to Allah's actual face. I feel like just to say we might see the face of Allah is to offend Islam. Hit us up, man.
Slam, you slam.
Slam,
we
you
all
slam.
slam for Allah.
We all slam for Islam. Is Allah the Antichrist?
Uh-oh.
It is decidedly so.
Ooh.
I think that's what he's talking about, right? The barcode, the mark of the devil.
Mark of the beast.
Mark of the beast, yeah.
Could be.
ONN, but maybe he doesn't mean Allah. It's ALAH is what he wrote. So maybe he's talking about Allah and Morissette. I don't know. The army walked during. Yeah, can we talk about the parade, man? Because we had our own parade. So, but
I think more people were actually at our parade than were at the real thing in Washington.
they were definitely more excited and having more fun.
Couldn't you? Did you watch the video? Apparently, you could hear like the squeaking.
I didn't see that one. Yeah, what?
Because there were so few people there.
No one cheering,
noise,
no
right?
band. I was like, and why is it squeaking? You're gonna come out and I guess they always squeak. I don't think, but you get a little oil.
Machinery.
The oil, I saw this one. There's a Republican congressman from Texas who was on Mar last night. Black dude. Can't think of his name offhand, but he was a complete Trump ass kiss. I mean, he had to admit that anything Trump did, he would back, and he didn't even it forced him to admit that he couldn't say anything. Talking about the insurrectionist who calls people insurrectionists.
Wesley Hunt.
Wesley Hunt, that's the cat. Yeah. And it's just you wonder what these people are thinking, man. He doesn't mind the Robert E. Lee statues, and he doesn't mind all the Confederate statues because it reminds us of where we were and where we've come. Yeah, and it also makes redneck haters proud to hate.
Right. Yeah.
it also makes
we can have reminders, and everyone should learn from their history. Absolutely, but that doesn't mean we need to have huge statues glorifying them.
Well, and I'm not necessarily. I think there's bigger fish to fight, so to speak, but than tearing down Confederate hero statues and whatnot, and renaming buildings. But to defend it in that way when you're a black dude, it's like this dude has drunk the Kool-Aid fully, and he doesn't mind. He lived at Robert E. Lee Barracks at West Point. Robert E. Lee, I don't know, probably not a bad guy. Famously waffled. I mean, he had to go back to join the Confederate Army when he could have been a general for the Union. So I'm not sure what his motivations were. Obviously,
a little bit of explanation here, maybe. Yes, I did see Allah on the head of a man who claimed to be a baptized apostolic Christian. I still don't know what you're saying. A little bit more now, but
so you saw the fictional god Allah, or you saw something called Allah. I don't know what you get
tattooed on someone's head,
or was it was it a tattoo or a hat or something?
Because I think it seems to me like what you're saying is you saw a Christian walking around with an Allah tattoo on his forehead. Allah is blind and deaf.
It just gets weirder.
Yeah. We're really down a rabbit hole here. What's happening?
Yeah, that's the thing about the parade, right? It costs $45 million or whatever, and Doge is supposed to save money, but all the bobos.
Right, we're the fiscal responsibility people.
Yeah.
We're gonna make government efficient again.
Yeah.
Let's waste $45 million on a parade.
We're the law and order people, but let's let the Capitol rioters out. People who attack the police. Let's let them out on a pardon. We're the law and order administration, but we don't need to follow the law or the order.
No. We are 34 convicted felon leader.
We are a felon. We are the party of the free press, but we ban AP from the news conferences and install our own echo chambers.
We're the
our
party
own
of free
personal
speech,
megaphones.
but don't say anything I don't like.
Yeah. Meg's joined. Thanks for coming on, Megs, but we're about to get off. It's 12 noon. Thank you all for joining.
Oh,
Make
shit.
sure you follow us on YouTube, both Atheist Underground and the Grail Guys.
Check out some movie reviews.
Cinema Jones. Don't waste your time guessing what to go see. Take it from us, because we know. We see movies all the time, and we know what's good and we know what's bad. And sometimes we argue about it, but it's entertaining. So, yeah.
The arguing about it is the entertaining part.
Can DJT vote? He's a felon. Can he vote?
He did vote. He voted in Florida.
I think you can't vote if you're a jail, Bart. If you're not in jail, I don't know. That's a good question, though. Why is he legally allowed to vote as a felon?
One wouldn't think so.
But there you go. And or there's voter fraud going on. We've got felons who are voting when they shouldn't even be allowed to vote. But that's where we are, huh? You're pointing the finger. It's 4 pointing back at you, because everything he does, he blames it on somebody else. But he did it. He did it. He did it
with his tiny hands.
Trumpy. He'll be okay. All right.
And on that note,
we'll see you guys later. Love you all.
Goodbye.
Long time.
We got more stuff from Wesley, but I still have no idea what's happening.
Yeah. We're still kind of on YouTubers for a second. Wesley, you seem like a guy who's got a real... But that's probably somebody else in your icon, isn't it? His avatar looks like probably ripped someone's face off. It's probably not actually him. Jesus Christ appeared to you, and in the Holy Spirit, he said to you, no time to talk? A lot? Like the real bread he gave you 2 months and 3 weeks ago, not telling about it is the way of the law. The dead black frog head.
Are the deities just getting together like, hey man, you got time for a chat?
This is as entertaining as anything I've seen.
Right?
What the hell? Okay, you got something else for us here before we go blast off? I love you guys. Thanks, Umayyar. Thanks, A Maverick being Frank. I'm glad you're a Christian who loves Iran. Well, poor Iran. Why can't they? The Iranians in America don't even call themselves Iranians. They're so scared of it. They call themselves Persians, right? You ever see the Persians, that TV show, right? The X watched that.
No.
Persian Princesses of Hollywood, Persians of Hollywood, or there's like rich Persians in Hollywood, and they had their own reality. I can't remember. Pampered Persians. I remember the fucking show. Who cares? Jesus, fucking reality TV. Talking about no time.
Oh my God.
People
Seriously.
have time for that, but all right, love you guys. Thanks for joining on YouTube. We will see you next time.